It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
Thank you for being here for the journey today. This one's going up on a Monday. Hope your weekend was great. Talked about Toy Story 5 yesterday. There will be some movie stuff today. I'm going to throw it back to movies that are over a year old now. Maybe a year or just over a year or just about a year old. Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts. Two Marvel movies. Hidden amongst the rest of this episode, there's going to be some thoughts on those. So you're welcome in advance for that. Today is a something I love, something I don't love. Right? I guess we start out with something I love. I can hit it with this little intro.
Kelly's, what are you into?
So this is coming out on Monday, recording this late Sunday night. Yesterday, if you're listening to it on Monday, Father's Day. Weird day for me. I guess I take Father's Day. My approach to Father's Day is, I think a lot of people agree with it this way, and then there's another group that goes another way, and I don't think any of them are wrong. I just think everyone likes to approach this day a little bit differently. So my wife asked me, what do I want to do today? And I always have this weird thing with Father's Day, because the reason this event is going on, this day, this observation is going on, is because you are somebody who's a dad to some kids. You're a father. And so when my wife asked me what I want to do, like if she asked me on a random Saturday in August, and she looked at the calendar and goes, that Saturday, you can do whatever you want. What do you want to do? My answer, lickety split, is going to be, I want to wake up and get out of the house. And I want to get out of the house and I want to do errands that I haven't been able to do forever. Maybe go to a movie in the middle of the day. Maybe go shoot baskets at a park, skateboard a little bit, try to find some people to play games with. I don't know. I'm going to jam-pack the day. And one of the key factors of a day, if my wife just said, take a Saturday and do whatever, is going to be not being with the kids. Okay? And that's just a recharge the battery day for a parent. It's not a bad thing. But today is Father's Day. So when she's like, what do you want to do for Father's Day? I don't feel like I want to do the whole go do my own thing. Go golfing, go whatever, go do this, go do that. I want to be with my kids. The reason for the day. I want to be around them that day and take in, hey, the day is being observed because I have the opportunity to have these kids. And they are by far the best. I love being a dad. I love it. It is one of the things I'm the most passionate about, and that I've ever been the most passionate about in my life. Is it always easy? Absolutely not. Do I get extremely frustrated sometimes? Yeah. Check with me last Thursday night. Thursday, a busy day at work, a little bit of stress involved. It took a lot out of me. I came home. My wife was traveling, and so I came home. I was tired, and it was right into the kid mode. And I just on Thursday getting that little bit of a break between work into home life. That buffer, there wasn't enough of a buffer, and my kids were coming in hot on Thursday night, highly needy, and it didn't work for me. And I hit a point, and this is not great, but I hit a point. I played with them before dinner and then got them to bed or got dinner made. And after dinner, they were wound up and irritated. And I was like, okay, go out back in the backyard and you guys have to figure out what to do. And dad is going to take 30 minutes. And I dinked around like a weenie, dinked around on my computer for 20 minutes, just dinked around. Looked at sports stats, read some articles, just did that for 20 minutes while my kids ran around in the backyard. And I finally just put my computer down and I was like, what am I doing? I needed it for my mentals, but I'm like, what am I doing? Because I looked up at one point and Huck is running around. Woods is trying to tackle him. He's got a tennis ball in his hand. And I'm like, why am I missing this? I don't have unlimited of these. Now, I do have a lot of them. I think there's a fine line between you as a parent saying they're growing up, I don't want to miss any moment, and knowing your limits of you do need, for any human, whether it's your spouse, your kids, your friends, your coworkers, whatever, you do need a recharge, no matter who it is. And so that happens with your kids. So there are times it's like, I know you want to push through and you're like, well, I don't want to miss any of the moments, but you do have to at some point because you have to recharge the battery so you can enjoy the moments. Anyways, I like just took 20 minutes and I was like, you guys, good luck. And then I felt guilty about it. I think that happens a lot to parents too. You just kind of like need a second. You let your kids do whatever. And then you're like, dang it. They go to bed. You're like, I wish I would have been there for that. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. I love being a dad. I love it. It is so stinking fun. So today, Father's Day when I'm recording this, it was just fun. Like I woke up and Huckman was awake. Huck woke up too early today, which resonated throughout the day. But he came downstairs and I love him for this. He is a game player. He loves games. He looked right at me. He goes, Dad, can we play Monster Match? And I'm like, yes, we can. Which, by the way, if you've got young kids, Monster Match, very enjoyable game. You get a deck of 50 monsters. Each one of them has 1 to 5 eyes or 0 to 5 eyes. 0 to 5 arms, 0 to 5 legs, and they're all these unique designs. And then you roll these dice. You lay 9 of them or 10 of them out. You roll dice, and it'll say like the dice have numbers or a limb on it or a body part. So it'll say 2 eyes when you roll the dice. And everyone looks at the monsters that are flipped upright. And if you can find one with 2 eyes, the first one to touch it gets that card. And you just do this, keep rolling dice, keep loading up monsters until all the monsters are collected. Whoever gets the most wins. It's a very enjoyable game. My son can play it forever. So we kicked off the day with Monster Match. I made breakfast for the kids. It was great. Talked to them through that. Then we went to church. Then we went to lunch. Then mowed the lawn. Then played with Hucky outside for a little bit. Came inside, we did a puzzle. My kids got me a puzzle for Father's Day that was custom. It's a Bluey puzzle, but it's a bunch of Bluey characters with their names underneath it, and then the bigger dog says Dad underneath it. And so we did that, put that puzzle together. It was very fun. Then we went out to dinner with my in-laws and came back, and my wife and I watched some Traitors. We're on the last episode now of Traitors season 2. It's taken us 5 months to watch a show that's streaming, I think 12 episodes. That's where we're at. One thing I will say, I will go on record, as much as I love parenting and all this, I think my least favorite thing to do as a dad is go out to dinner with my kids. I eat like immediately we walk into a restaurant and I've got the kids and I'm just like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. And it's a bummer because my in-laws and my wife love going out to eat. They love it. I think a lot of people love going out to eat, but they love going out to eat. And I just go. We go out and we go out tonight. We take the kids, and my back tightens up. Like I do not have fun. I do not enjoy it. I don't like chasing my kids around the restaurant, telling them to be quiet. I just want home court advantage. I want to eat at home until they are 15 years old, and then I want to leave them at home and just go out to dinner without them. That's what I want. That is my least favorite part of parenting is going to dinner with my kids. Hate it. Anyhow, that was the day. It was a great day. It was a spectacular day. I feel like I had something I wanted to say there. Now I can't remember what it is. Talking about my kids, Monster Match, puzzles, going out to eat. Woods is great. He's in getting into the terrible twos a little bit. I don't know. I just love being a dad. And I think one of the things I was going to bring up was one of the things I love about being a dad is I love watching my kids develop into like who they're going to be. And I have a huge passion, and I think this stems from my love of RNG, random number generation. I love that in video games. I love that in board games. I love randomized, and I love not being in control of everything and reacting to something random that gets thrown at you. It's probably why I love Dungeons and Dragons, right? You get a random situation thrown at you and you have to react. You're not in control of what that is thrown at you. You're in control of the reaction. So with my kids, one of the things I love the most, let me just say this one. It's my love of mystery selection. We convinced at a church in Spokane, we convinced the guy who made the pop machine. I did the same thing at the radio station I worked at, I convinced the guy who ran the pop machine to make a mystery selection choice. So when he would load up the soda pop, he would load up one of the slots with random pop. And then you would just get a random one and you had to go with it. So I love that kind of stuff. So with my parenting, that approach is very prevalent, as I'm very much, I love basketball. I love board games. So there's a part of me that wants to force feed basketball and board games to my kids so they like that stuff and I can be involved in that stuff. But there's a bigger part of me that I want to watch my kids choose the things they're going to be about. And so I'm very much like, if there's a science camp happening, it's very easy for me to say, like, you're going to science camp and sign them up for it. And I do think it's important every now and then to get them a taste of everything so they know what they like and don't like. But I'm not going to keep hammering home, like, you're going to science camp every week. Like, I want him at some point to be like, I want to go to science camp. Like, when is the next one? And then we're like, okay, let's get the ball rolling with that. I love watching, like, I'm excited to see where they go, untouched by me, peer pressured by me to do things. I just want to see like where they go and be there for the ride. And like, again, that gives me a chance to do the thing I like, selfish, the RNG. When Olivia gets into something I don't know anything about, it's an opportunity for me to be like, okay, how do I react? I don't know anything about bass fishing. So if Woods gets into bass fishing, I don't know anything about it. I've got to react. I've got to learn it. I've got to get into it and become knowledgeable. And like, I don't know, that stuff excites me. Anyways. It was great Father's Day. I'm thankful to be a dad. It's one of my favorite things in the world. Happy Father's Day, belated to every one of the dads out there who listens. Yeah, it's the best. It's so fun being a dad. It's so fun having these kids that make me so crazy that I want to punch through the drywall sometimes. Whew. Weird. It's a weird feeling knowing that you look at the baby monitor and I see my little guy snoozing in his bed, and 6 hours ago, he was pushing my buttons so hard, I was like, I might rip your arms off. Huck has got into a thing where he's just started spitting, and he'll spit at you when he's mad, and that needs to be done, and he just won't stop. He will not stop. Every punishment's coming down the line. He can't. It's becoming a tick. It's crazy. And so he did it at people tonight, and that's where I'm just like, brother, you're dead meat. You're dead meat. And now he's sleeping, and I'm like, greatest kid in the world. Can't wait to get spit on tomorrow morning. What do I not love? What do I not love? I have been a proponent for something since the get-go, and I'm not jumping off of it. I'm not going against it. I know there's been a lot of people over the last many years, and I know there's research done that says it's terrible for us. Social media. Okay, I've really enjoyed it through its run, but I am starting to fall out of love with it for a very specific reason, okay? I am not an anti-social media guy because I've enjoyed it quite a bit. I think there's a lot of things that can go wrong with social media. I think there's a major problem with social media in that if you aren't comfortable with who you are, I think it becomes the biggest crutch for, let me show you who I am. Let me show you the happiness that makes up fake me. And you can put out a persona that's not real, that you want to be real. And I think that's really dangerous and really detrimental to everything. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of danger in social media. But for me, I'm a sports guy. I think if you're a sports person, you know how awesome social media can be, like Twitter and Instagram even. I think Instagram is where I get all my sports highlights now. I think I get all my sports highlights on Instagram. I think I get a lot of my sports news from Instagram. Breaking news, I get off Instagram. And so I like my algorithm, if I get it toned in pretty good, dialed in, it's sports. It's heavy sports. I get Mariners highlights. When the Seahawks are playing, I get Seahawks highlights. I get the big NBA stories come through there. I get all of my news. Every Gonzaga signing I get through there. So there's so much I love about social media. This is not an everyone needs to be done with social media, but I kind of want to get rid of it because of the fact that when I do get on it and I see some good sports stories, it can very easily lead to me doom scrolling for 20 to 30 minutes. Like very easily. That slope is extremely slippery. Go on there with good intentions to see who won the World Cup games for the day. Or I do love like when Lindsay posts her and Walter's kids, I get excited. I love when my buddies post pictures of their kids. I don't see them a lot. I love family pictures, the OG reason for Instagram. I am still old school like that. I want to see the pictures of your kid. Josh, I want more pictures of your kids. You can't get enough of them. Thank goodness for Sarah posting World Cup pictures of their kids. So I got to see them. They're so old. I'm like, this is great. Billy and Emma posted family pictures on Instagram. I'm like, this is great. I love seeing my friends' kids and what my friends are doing. I love it. But the doom scrolling thing makes me miss out on a lot of other things. I've been trying to read a book and have been slow moving with it. And I know I can probably think of at least an hour to 4 hours that I have not read my book over the past 2 months because I've been doom scrolling Instagram or Twitter. Just refresh, nothing new, watching Instagram stories that for people that I don't really even know, and I've lost time reading. I watched Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four finally on the airplane the other day. Why? Because I didn't have access to social media. I downloaded these movies and I watched them. I realize I am the target demographic for movie makers and TV show creators. I'm the target demo because I look at critics who talk about movies like the Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts, and they'll nitpick all these little things and they'll find all these things that they didn't like about it. And I left it going like, that was freaking awesome. That was so good. Movies rule. That was great. And I don't even see any of the holes when I watch it. Then I get online and I'm looking at them. I'm like, oh, that was a problem. That was bad. But if I never read the review, I would never see anything bad in a show or movie. I just am the target demographic for creators of television and movies because I just like everything. If it's really slow, that's the only way you're going to lose me. Otherwise, I'm in. Or if it's way too smart. But Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, that's fastball down the middle for me. I liked Fantastic Four a little more than I liked Thunderbolts, which I didn't think was going to be the case because Thunderbolts is kind of an Avengers movie. And so I was excited about that. The problem was I didn't see any of the movies leading up to Thunderbolts, so I didn't know any of the characters. I was unfamiliar with all of the people who are in the new Avengers. I mean, they kind of show you real quick who they are, but I had seen none of them in anything else before. I'd only seen them in other movies. Like I'd only seen Florence Pugh in completely different movies. David Harbour was just from Stranger Things, but apparently they're in Marvel movies. So anyways, I really, 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 really like Thunderbolts. Something about Pedro Pascal and the whole vibe of the mood of Fantastic Four, I liked it a little bit more. I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was super fun. You also bring in just a huge Marvel villain with Galactus who's destroying a city and is a monstrosity. That's great for me. Again, that works for me, works for my dumb brain. I thought Fantastic Four was great. And I'm excited for the tie-in. I also went back. I realized I hadn't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I rewatched Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because then I was like, did I see that one? I had seen it. And then I watched Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and it was great. I'm a Marvel guy. Again, Marvel people. If you could clone me and make 100,000, 200,000 versions of me, the world would be in a weird spot, but you would have very successful movies. Because all 200,000 of my clones would go to the movies and give it 5 out of 5 and go again. So, might be something to look into, Marvel. I will do it at a pretty decent. I give you a pretty decent price on my cloning rights. Okay, 6 days in a row. This one was a little longer than I wanted it to be. Thanks for listening. I hate social media, sort of.